Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Russia struck Odessa again last night with 19 missiles. The Ukrainians claim that they destroyed about half of them. And again, the Ukrainians claim that the Russians hit only civilian infrastructure, including an old church. The Russians attacked from various positions and use different types of missiles. I have here 4 articles talking about the attacks, the missile attack, and one providing us with a map. Let's start with the most weasel article, and we go in a crescendo. So here we have this one from CNN. Overnight Russian strikes on Odessa cause significant structural damage, destroy church. So this is CNN. They say the Russians destroyed, they say they damaged at least 6 residential buildings, a Ukrainian Orthodox church, and architectural monuments, according to Ukraine's Southern Operational Command. So, and here all this article is about destroying peaceful citizens and cities, and then you got interviews with different people, civilian buildings. So this is CNN telling us about this. Then we go to another one which comes from Ukrainska Pravda that will give us more information about the missile strike. Regarding the church, I have an article I will show you. There is an article coming from the Russians. The Russians claim that the Ukrainians destroyed the church. Their air defense systems destroyed the church. I don't know, man. I attack you and you destroy your church by mistake because they're incompetent. That's according to the Russians, but hey, not impossible, but unlikely. Okay, let's go here. So 19 missiles. Let's see. The Ukrainian Air Force has reported that the Russian forces fired 19 missiles of various types. Wow, again, including Oniks cruise missiles. It seems like they have a big problem with these cruise missiles. On Odessa Oblast overnight on 22 to 23 July, Ukrainian Air Defense Forces have shot down 9 missiles. I made a video a few days ago regarding the Ukrainians' exasperation with the Oniks missiles. Those missiles are coastal missiles and they're meant to destroy incoming ships, vessels, warships. And according to the Ukrainians, what makes them so hard to hit is that they attack at a very low altitude, between 10 and 15 meters. If you want to find in feet, multiply it by 3 each number. And supposedly they go very high there, and then they get speed, travel like that, and then they go low over the sea, and they just travel very low. And they say, the Ukrainians, I covered that in an article, in a video, an article that they provided. They say that their defense systems radar cannot detect them in time or on time, and then their defense system cannot hit them. So that's why they mention Oniks, including Oniks. Now Oniks is the problem. So the authority reported that the Russian army deployed a total of 19 missiles of various types, and here they are. 5 Oniks cruise missiles from the Bastion coastal missile system in Crimea. I will show you. 3 Kh-22 air-launched cruise missiles launched from Tupolev 22 M3 aircraft from the Black Sea. 4 Kalibr sea-launched cruise missiles, likely from a submarine. 5 Iskander M land-launched cruise missiles from Crimea, and 2 Iskander M ballistic missiles from Crimea. Ukrainian Air Defense Forces destroyed 9 air targets, 4 Kalibr and 5 Iskander K missiles. Let's look at the map. So here is the map of Ukraine. This is where the war occurs. This is what the Russians got so far, and here is Crimea and the Black Sea. Odessa is right here. in the south of Ukraine is a port, obviously, and here is the Crimean Peninsula. This is where those Oniks were launched, where the Iskander M were launched, and which one was the last one? Now, Kalibr was sea launched. So these are from the submarine. Iskander M, Iskander, two of them, two kinds, K and M. Okay, so they did it from this area mainly over there, and then the Tupelov probably they took off from this area here, Krasnodar area, or from Rostov-on-Don. That was the last time when they did it, not last time, 3 days ago I think they did it from Rostov Oblast area. So, put it in a perspective, that's where the whole thing happens. The Russians, you'll see in an article that I'm going to feature, claim that they destroyed terrorist facilities, locations where the Ukrainians and probably, as they claimed before, the UK, some special forces supposedly help them put together those drones that attacked the Kerch Bridge right here. All this is a retaliation caused by the attack on the Kerch Bridge 6 days ago or so. And since then, the Russians destroyed this area every day. And it was not only Odessa, there were 3 points. There was Nikolaev, there was Odessa, and then this port right here, Belgorod Dnistrovsky, right here. So these were the points, the ports right here, and then you got Odessa, and then Mykolaiv or Nikolaev. Now, I don't think this is but this is from previous articles. Let's go to the next article from Ukraine Forum. And Ukraine downs 9 of 19 missiles launched at Odessa Air Force. This is the church, it seems like. And the same thing here. And they tell us the Russian launched 5 Oniks again. It seems like it's the same. Yes, it's the same article as the other one so far. And this would get me to Sputnik, to the Russians themselves, talking about their strike on Odessa. Russia strikes Ukraine's facilities producing drone boats near Odessa. This is what these guys say. 3 hours ago. Okay. The Russian armed forces launched an overnight missile strike on facilities that manufactured, past tense, and prepared, past tense, drone boats near the Ukrainian city of Odessa, the Russian Defense Ministry said on Sunday. They should have done this before the drone boats hit Kerch Bridge. How about that? And I'm quoting, last night, the Russian armed forces launched a group strike with long-range, high-precision sea and air launch weapons on facilities, it doesn't say ground, where terrorist acts against the Russian Federation were being prepared using unscrewed boats, as well as on places where they were being manufactured in the vicinity of the city of Odessa. Foreign mercenaries were present at the affected facilities, probably British, I'm telling you not, because they said before the Brits supposedly helped them from special forces or from the Navy. The ministry said in from past articles. All targets chosen for the strike were destroyed, the ministry added. Ukraine attempted to advance over the past day in the direction Tralap. So this is a little update on the front, and this they were supposed to do it yesterday, but they were slackers. So Russian jets also down the Ukrainian Su-25. Okay, let me show you something else here. I'm going to go to Sputnik, and I'm going to show you about what the Russians say about how is that called? The attack on the church. And the article is not from Sputnik, it's from Russia Today that I looked over earlier this morning, and it says Kiev incompetence to blame for damage to Odessa Cathedral, Moscow. The largest Orthodox church in the city was likely hit by a Ukrainian missile, the Russian ministry has said. Ukrainian claims that the largest Orthodox cathedral in the port city of Odessa was severely damaged by a Russian missile strike are completely false, the defense ministry in Moscow has said, adding that it was likely hit by Kiev's own air defense systems. Well, it's a screw up thing anyway, but it happens. This is, I'm not saying, oh yeah, they just move on, like the Americans say with the collateral damage in Iraq and in Afghanistan, blowing up some weddings. Collateral damage, or hitting the Chinese embassy in Belgrade in 1999, collateral damage. Well, that's what we do when it happens to someone else, is collateral damage. When it happens to us, then we really see what exactly that was, and we will not call it collateral damage. Unfortunately, it is what it is here. 19 missiles, the USA 9 struck down. We'll see when they will deploy anything better, like Patriot, but I don't think they will deploy Patriot systems yet in Odessa, because there's too many angles they can be hit from, I'm guessing. Therefore, the grain deal is dead in the water, floating in the Black Sea. The current took it away. And then I have another interesting article that again confirms what I've been saying about the so-called escort vessels in the Black Sea by NATO. They're talking about it, exactly what I said that they talk about it. We either gonna have a hot war between these two guys, which is NATO and Russia, or they will go and negotiate, because they're talking about it right now. I will make another video on that one. So this is an update on what the Russians did for what, the fifth of the sixth consecutive attack on Odessa region, Odessa Oblast. They still have missiles. So when you hear the UK intelligence or the Ukrainian intelligence or the Americans kind of shushed it regarding the giving us information of how many missiles. They don't give us numbers. They said they're almost done. They're on low fuel. They don't produce enough. This is the UK telling us all this, because they told us about Saddam Hussein as well. So trustworthy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.